Hello everyone, welcome to the software engineering class. I am Dia Ayu Megawati and I'll be your lecturer for this course. This time we will discuss the introduction to software engineering. In this session, the learning objectives are understand the fundamental of software and software engineering, identify key challenges in software development, learn ethical consideration in software engineering, and explore real-world case study. So, make sure to watch until the end. Before defining what software engineering is, please share your answer in the comment section. What application have you used? Okay, is it done? Everything you mentioned, like Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Shopee, game, or etc., is the product of software engineering. So, what is software and software engineering? Software is computer program and associate documentation. Software product may be developed for a particular customer or may be developed for a general market. Software have software product and product specification. Software product are generic product and customized product. Generic product is standalone system that are marketed and sold to any customer who wishes to buy them. Example like PC software such as graphic program, project management tools, or software for specific market such as appointment system for dentists. And customized product is software that is commissioned by a specific customer to meet their own needs. Example like embedded control system, air traffic control software, or traffic monitoring system. The product specification are generic product and customized product. Generic product is the specification of what the software should do is owned by the software developer and decision on software change are made by the developer. Customized product is the specification of what the software should do is owned by the customer for the software and they make decision on software changes that are required. Essential attribute of good software has several key. There are maintainability, dependability and security, efficiency, and acceptability. Maintainability is software should be written in such a way so that it can evolve to meet the changing needs of customer. This is a critical attribute because software change is an inevitable requirement of a changing business environment. Dependability and security is software dependability includes a range of characteristics including reliability, security, and safety. Dependable software should not cause physical or economic damage in the event of system failure. Malicious user should not be able to access or damage the system. And three is efficiency. Efficiency is software should not make wasteful use of system resources such as memory and processor cycles. Efficiency therefore includes responsiveness, processing time, memory utilization, and etc. And the last is acceptability. Acceptability is software must be acceptable to the type of users for which it is designed. This means that it must be understandable, usable, and compatibility with other systems that they use. And next, we will discuss about software engineering. Software engineering is an engineering discipline focused on all aspects of software production, from system specification to maintenance after deployment. Software is essential in modern economic and control various systems. Now, let's look at some of the main challenges in software engineering. One of them is the increasing complexity of system, but additionally, software project failures often occur due to the lack of applying appropriate software engineering methods, need for rapid development, and ensuring security and reliability. There are four main activities in the software engineering process. 1. Specification. Specification is defining the software and its constraints. 2. Development. Development is designing and programming the software. 3. Validation. Validation is ensuring the software meets customer requirements. 4. Evolution. Evolution is modifying the software to meet changing needs. General issues that affect software is heterogeneity. Increasingly, systems are required to operate as distributed systems across networks that include different types of computer and mobile devices. And then, business and social change. Business and society are changing incredibly quickly as emerging economic develop and new technologies become available. They need to be able to change their existing software and to rapidly develop new software. And then, security and trust. As software is intertwined with all aspects of our life, it is essential that we can trust that software. And the next issue is scale. Software has to be developed across a very wide range of scales, from very small embedded system in portable or wearable device through to the internet scale, cloud-based system that serve a global community. And next, we discuss about software engineering ethics. Software engineering involves wider responsibilities than simply the application of technical skill. Software engineers must behave in a honest and ethically responsibility way if they are to be respected as professionals. Ethical behavior is more than simply upholding the law, but involves following a set of principles that are morally correct. As software engineer, we have professional responsibility because ethics is essential, such as maintaining client data confidentiality, respecting intellectual property rights, or ensuring that software is not misused. In this meeting, there are 4 case studies that we will discuss. 1. A personal insulin pump. 2. A mental health case patient management system. 3. A wilderness weather station. And 4. eLearn, a digital learning environment. we will discuss about insulin pump control system. In insulin pump control system, there's a collect data for a blood sugar sensor and calculate the amount of insulin required to be injected. The calculation based on the rate of change of blood sugar levels. The system can send a signal to a micro pump to deliver the correct dose of insulin. Safety critical system as low blood sugar can lead to brain malfunction, coma, and death. High blood sugar level have long-term consequences such as eye and kidney damage. And next is a case study of MenCare, a patient information system for mental health care. This system is support mental health care, is a medical information system that maintains information about patients suffering from mental health problem and the treatment that they have received. Most of mental health patients do not require dedicated hospital treatment, but need to attend specialist clinic regularly where they can meet a doctor who has detailed knowledge of their problem. And the system to make it easier for patients to attend. These clinics are not just run in hospital, they may also be held in local medical practices or community centers. And next, a case study of wilderness weather station. The government of a country with large areas of wilderness decided to deploy several hundred weather stations in remote areas. The system can collect data from a set of instruments that measure temperature and pressure, sunshine, rainfall, wind speed, and wind direction. The weather station include a number of instruments that measure weather parameters such as the wind speed and direction, the ground and air temperature, the barometric pressure, and the rainfall over of 24-hour period. This instrument is controlled by a software system that takes parameter reading period and manage the collecting data from the instrument. Weather information system is responsible for collecting weather data, carrying out some initial data processing, and transmitting it to the data management system. And the data management system is collect the data from all the wilderness weather stations. And the station maintenance system can communicate it by satellite with all wilderness weather stations to monitor the health of this system and provide reports of problem. And the last case study we will discuss is iLearn. iLearn is a digital learning environment. A digital learning environment is a framework in which a set of general purpose and specially designed tools for learning may be embedded plus a set of applications that are geared to the needs of the learning using the system. The tools include in each version of the environment are chosen by teachers and learners to suit their specific needs. This can be general applications such as spreadsheet, learning management applications such as virtual learning environment that manage homework submission and assessment, game and simulation. In iLearn service, there are utility service, application service, and configuration service. In utility services that provide basic application independent functionality and which may be used by other services in the system. Application services that provide specific applications such as email, conferencing, photo sharing, and etc. And access to specific educational content such as scientific films or historical resources. And the last service from iLearn is configuration services that they are used to adapt the environment with a specific set of application services and to define how services are shared between student, teacher, and their parent. Okay, the conclusion in this session or this meeting is 1. Software engineering is crucial for modern society. Ethical responsibility is key in software development, and continuous improvement and adaptation are necessary. Okay, well, that was a brief introduction to software engineering. I hope this video helped you better understand to the basic. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.